Hello, hello, hello. All right, we've got sound. I can't see numbers without my glasses. All right, Hawks fans, welcome to the Edge. Back home for some regular season hockey. The Hawks wearing white with black trim today, going up against NOCO Blue, conveniently wearing blue with red trim. Can't remember exactly what we did against these guys earlier this season, but I think we beat them. We lost to these guys in the tournament last weekend, actually. So we're underway. NOCO controls the puck to start. Poked off of his stick. Good poke there by the Hawks. That's Kellen with it. Gets it taken out of his back pocket and flipped down deep. NOCO steals that one, tries a wraparound. Deflected puck, bounces to the far circle, and here's Kellen with it. Tries to get it across to the far side, but gets deflected off a stick. NOCO controls again. Poked away by the Hawks defense. Here's Nolan with it, trying to split the defenders, and eventually gets it poked off of his stick. NOCO with it. Oh, Kai almost had a steal there, but bounces over his stick, but he's able to push it into the zone. Christian chasing after it, now pushed out the neutral, bounces off of the ref, and good pass to this near side. That is Christian with it, flips that one with his backhand towards the net. Pushed aside, and NOCO comes away with it. That one thrown off of Kai's face, deflects into the boards, and now flipped out the neutral. That one just I thought he was just barely on sides. They're going to say he was offsides. We're 1 minute and 10 seconds into the first period. 0-0. Bryden to take this face off. He wins it, slides it back into our offensive zone, but NOCO controls it. Dumped in, and everyone will chase after it. Cole and Larry meet behind the net. NOCO tries to circle around. Larry poked that off of his stick nicely. Still pursuing, throws his guy into the boards. NOCO with it in the corner, hands it off. Flips that one to the backhand right to Kai, but he loses an edge. Poked aside by Bryden, but NOCO's there to get it. Sent to this near side. They're going to say no icing as it was deflected near the center ice line. That's Cole. No, that is Trace poking it up the wall. Still with it, slides it up the wall, intercepted by NOCO. Good centering pass, but Hawks defense was there and will break out with it. Here's Trace with it, getting pursued from behind, slides it over to Zach. Trace fighting for it down along the boards, slid up the near side boards. Brett with it, but that deflected off of a stick, and NOCO will break out again. Rister never got through. That went off of Larry. NOCO still controlling it in the corner. Centering pass came all the way through, but from the slot, that one deflected off a stick and goes up into the netting. 11:21 left in the first period. We're still scoreless. Puck bouncing around, deflects off a few sticks. NOCO will chase it down into the corner. Centering pass intercepted. That's Trace with it behind the net. Nolan slides that up the boards. Tried to get an outlet pass there, couldn't quite control it, but now we get it out. Here's Zach with it, Rhett with it. Tries to slide that one up and missed it. Nolan still fighting for it. Colin tries to dump that in, but that was intercepted and then bounced off the ref on the far boards. NOCO player steps around Rhett, fires a shot from the circle, and Branson with his first save of the day. NOCO wins the faceoff, fires a wrister from the point, and Branson saw that all the way, gloves it and freezes it. 10:33 left in the first period. I was going to say we have a full roster, but I'm not seeing Ilya out there, so I'm not sure where he might be. Slid up the boards. Tyler almost got it out. Now Kellen does get it out. Here's Tyler with it along the near boards. Hits the gas, tries to get around the defender, centering pass, didn't get through. Now it's dumped behind the net. That's Carson fighting for it back there. Kept in at the blue line. Hard slap shot, stick save by the NOCO goalie. In this near corner, Kellen with it. Now NOCO tries to break out, throws it right to Tyler at the high slot. His wrister gets deflected. Now slap shot it all the way around the near boards. Kept in just barely. Nope, they're saying it came out. As Cole tried to save it and push it back in. Came just out of the zone. 9:48 left in the first period, 0-0. Bryden on the face-off. NOCO controls it. Skates it into the far side. Tries to get around a couple defenders. Tried a centering pass, but got pushed off of his stick, but he still has it. He's flying through the zone. That wrister goes just wide off the Branson rebound. Centering pass, a good one. That one's pushed just wide of the net. We got to muscle those guys out of there. That centering pass intercepted by Christian, and here comes Christian hitting the gas. Kai holds up on the blue line. Wrister kick save. Christian chases it down again, though. In the corner. Still got it. Pushes it. Leaves it in the corner. Cole tries to hold it at the blue line, but NOCO pushes it out. 1-on-1 back the other way. Larry back there playing defense, and he comes away with it. Good job by Larry. Christian on the boards. Larry delivers a hard hit. No call. Here comes Christian back the other way. Tries to dump it in, and that went into the bench. And slow whistle, but we got it eventually. 8:46 left. First period. Trace to take this draw. One back by NYCH. They will dump it in, chase after it. Nolan back there. But taken away by NYCH. Trace applying pressure behind the net. Thrown behind him, but that might have either took a weird bounce off the boards or hit the ref again. Now the Hawks take it away, slips it up the board, tries to get it to Zach, but can't quite get it to him. NYCH still controls it deep. Centering pass finds a NYCH player, but went right by him. Good outlet pass to Zach there, but got poked off of his stick. He's still able to get it into the zone, but NYCH takes it away. Whiffs on that attempt to clear it, but Zach didn't see it behind him. Nolan holds at the blue line, though. From the slot, shot off the blocker of the NYCH goalie. And here comes NYCH back the other way. Skates into the zone with a little steam, gets around Rhett, shot, goal. NYCH on the board first. That guy had a head of steam coming into the zone, and we didn't get a body on him to slow him down. And he just came right down to the near circle and fired a nice shot. And I'm not sure which side, if that beat Branson on his glove side or not. I couldn't tell where it went in. But 1-0 NYCH. 7:44 left in the first period. That one dumped into the zone. Larry fires it out to neutral. And that's going to be a penalty coming up against NYCH. Interference as he delivered the hit to Kellen. Not really playing the puck at all. Just took Kellen right off of his skates. He'll go to the box for 2 minutes for interference. Our first power play of the game goes to the Hawks. A 2-minute power play with 7:32 left in the first period. That right off the face-off, centered behind Tyler, but he's able to poke it back to Carson. Flips that one by Tyler. Now slid back to Tyler. He's got it in the corner. Centering pass finds Carson. Wrister from the near side. Odd angle. Saved by the NYCH goalie. That centering pass went through the slot untouched. And here it is. Larry winds up a slap shot, but that went off the leg of the NYCH defender and comes out to neutral. Cole with it. Passes it over to Larry. Tries to pass that one up. Now finds Carson, who dumps it into the zone and goes for a change. NYCH with it, sends it all the way around the near side boards and kept Ben barely at the blue line. Tyler dumps that one in deep. Kellen trying to chase after it. Now Tyler takes it away from the near circle, fires a shot just wide. The goalie might have gotten a blocker on that. That shot deflects through the slot. A couple opportunities here for the Hawks. This one's cleared up and high off the boards and will go all the way down for icing. 1 minute and 1 second left in the Hawks power play. Down 1-0, 6:33 left in the first period. Here's Bryden to take this face off. Controlled back to Rhett at the blue line. Passes it over to Nolan. He slides a shot through the slot. Tried to get a stick on it to deflect it, but couldn't do it. Kai with it. Back and forth with Bryden on the far side. Kellen gives it back to him. Good control of the puck. Flips it over to Nolan. He slides a wrister towards the net. That one deflects high in the air. Bouncing puck. And that one's shoved in by Bryden. Bouncing puck in the blue paint. And a power play goal for the Hawks. And that is Bryden on that power play goal. Nolan fired that one from the point, It got through some traffic, bounced up in the air, and was sitting in the blue paint, and Bryden slammed that one home to tie it up. Good power play by the Hawks, good puck control, and created an opportunity and capitalized on it. NoCo passes it up the near boards, and they're back on the attack. That shot kick save by Branson. Christian takes a poke at it, and now he'll take it away on the near boards. Still with it, but getting harassed from behind. Good back check there by NoCo. Christian tries to return the favor, holds it up on the blue line. NoCo still controls. Kept at the blue line. That shot towards the net deflects to this near side. NoCo still with it. Sends that one behind the boards. NoCo still with it. Centering pass, or looking for a defenseman back by the blue line, but it goes all the way back. Hawks will go for a change as NoCo goes back to collect this. Fires it hard up the boards. We're off sides. Trace has to hold up at the blue line. Now he crosses over, dumps it in deep. He chases after it. That's Zach helping out. Fired all the way around. Cole saves that one at the blue line. Passes to Colin. Tries to deflect that one on net, but hopped over his stick. NoCo sends it all the way around. Larry chases it down, but went through the slush by the bench and got by him. He passes it over to Cole, up to Colin, pushes that into the zone. NoCo tries to clear it. Colin keeps it deep. Centering pass, good one, but pushed off of his stick by Colin. Comes out to neutral, and now NoCo controls it. Tries to get around Cole. Good shove by Cole. Didn't allow him to get off a good shot. He's still fighting for it behind the net against a much bigger offensive NoCo player, but fighting hard back there with Trace. And now Trace comes away with it. Slides it to the far side. Colin with it. Then Larry helping out. Four players fight for it in the corner. NoCo able to push that one deep. We're under 4 minutes left in the first period. 1-1 is the score. Still can't get it out. Now Cole sends that to the far side and out to neutral. NoCo gets back on side, sends a shot towards the goal, but it goes wide as they make a line change. Cole with it again, fires that to the far side towards Trace, but he was heading towards the bench. NoCo races in, tries to get around Larry, got it to his forehand and flipped it on net. Branson had to make the save and then pushed out of harm's way. Fires another one towards Branson on net. He smothers that one. 3:23 left in the first period. NoCo with the puck, centering pass, deflected somewhere. It's behind the net. NoCo's still with it. Hawks intercept that and push it up the boards, and out to neutral. NoCo still controls, circles around, fires it towards the blue line, deflected off a skate, and now Kellen can corral it, passes it to this near side just out of reach of Tyler, but he'll play it off the boards with a little head of steam, fires a backhander into the crease, but no one was there. Sticked away, pushed up the boards. Nolan's able to retrieve that and keep it out of the zone. Tyler circling around, gets it, passes it across to the near side to Kellen, comes into the zone, fires that one towards the net, high and wide. NoCo, good pass from the center, just out of reach though of his teammate. Circles through the slot, good poke there by Nolan to break that threat up. NoCo still with it. Good play by Carson behind the net to push that one up the boards to Kellen, who then pushes it all the way down. Not hard enough for icing, though, and we'll do a wholesale change. Here comes NoCo quickly back on the attack. Fires that shot. Caught out of the air by Branson to freeze it with 2:06 left in the first period. All right, NoCo controls it. I think this is Bryden with it. Passes it up to Kai. Tries to slide it forward to Zach. Or no, that's Cole. Pushed into the zone. And now back out to neutral by Noko. There's Bryden with it. Good passing by the Hawks, but deflected off of Christian's stick. Bryden comes in to help, but it bounces on sides. Noko controls it, fires a wrister. Kick save by Branson. Fired out to neutral. Noko controls it. We'll have to regroup. Spins around. That was offsides. 1:18 left. First period. Face off. One and controlled by the Hawks. Colin gets to the red line and dumps it in. Delivers a little check behind the net. I like seeing that. Pushed up towards the blue line. Almost didn't get out to neutral, but now does. Everyone goes back to collect it. There's Nolan with it. We're under a minute left in the first period. Colin slides that up the boards, but not out. Trace tries to help out, goes over his stick. Now Nolan reaches in to drag that aside. Good bounce for the Hawks. Comes to Colin, but he gets his pocket picked. And here's Noko with it. Sends it through the circle into the corner. Circling behind the net. Gets poked off of his stick out to the blue line, but kept in. Centering pass finds Noko. Cleared. Great save by Branson off the blocker. We're down to 27 seconds in the first period. Nolan, good check into the boards. Colin flips that one out to neutral and all the way down. Not hard enough for icing. Noko's got to go get this. Zach on the attack. Deflects off a Noko stick. Kept in briefly at the blue line, but here comes Noko back. A 3-on-3 coming back this way. He circles around. Centering pass. Nolan is able to get a stick on that, but hopped up and through the slot. That one sent towards the net, and that does it for the first period. Maybe advantage a little bit Noko, but a pretty even first period, especially on the scoreboard where it matters most. 1-1. I know. I'm trying. All right, sorry, I'm playing around with the scoreboard here. Got us on the second period, 1-1. Back underway. Noko intercepts that pass, throws it into the zone. Larry and Cole go back to chase it. Cole gets there first, flips it with his backhand into the corner. Poked off of his stick by Carson. Thrown all the way through. Tyler intercepts that one, and he will race out to neutral. Flips it backhanders towards Kellen, and he gets it on sides. No, they're saying that was offsides. I'm not sure about that. Carson on the face-off, poked into the zone, but now quickly back out to neutral. Carson tries to fire it into the zone a couple times, bouncing off of too many legs. And NYCH's able to get it into the zone. Rhett getting harassed by a couple NYCH players. And that one goes off of a stick high into the netting and over the boards. They'll have to get a fresh puck off the bench. .13:03 remaining. Second period, 1-1. Poked up the boards. There's Kai with it. Tries to get it further on, but can't. NYCH's able to keep it deep. They get to it first behind the net. NYCH's circling around. Comes through, tried to come through the slot. Couldn't do it as that was Christian intercepting that. Now Bryden with it, sends it all the way around. NYCH gets there first. Circling behind the net. Spins around, fires a shot that bounced off of somebody and goes in the net. I'm not sure how that managed to get in. I don't know if that bounced off of a NYCH player. I don't think it did. I think he just threw that. I think he just threw that off of Branson. And unfortunately, it just deflected into the goal. Not really sure how that happened, but that's why you just throw the puck at the net sometimes. All right, we get going again here. 2-1 now. NYCH. They'll sweep that one hard into the zone and chase after it. Branson pokes it to Larry, pushes it into the corner. Tried to put that one into the slot, but poked away by the Hawks. And here comes Christian back the other way. Gets poked off of his stick and catches us offsides. Good poke. Good poke by NYCH right at the blue line to get us offsides. Trace won that face-off, poked into the zone by Zach. Thrown out to neutral, though, by NYCH. Throws it behind the net, circles around. NYCH has one or two players that are pretty fast that have been, that's basically how they've gotten their 2 goals, I think, so far. A couple speedy players. That was a pass that just kind of bounced right through the crease. Branson tried to poke it away with his stick. It bounced over his stick right to a NYCH player, and he was able to put it away on the far post. 3-1 NYCH. All right, time to get a little offense going here. Trace on the face-off, but NYCH controls it. D to D on this near side, up the boards. Intercepted by Nolan. He continues to swipe at it. And now comes back. That is Rhett with it, but couldn't get it out. Push deep. Nolan will go back for this. NYCH controls it, throws that one right through the crease, but no one was there. And Colin comes away with it. Gets to the red line, throws that one into the zone. NYCH goalie had to push that one aside, and NYCH controls it. We're down to 11 minutes left in the second period. 3-1 all of a sudden. NYCH. Rhett with it in the corner. Slides it up the boards. Deflects to a NYCH player. Back to Rhett, who's able to poke that one aside. Colin takes his time as he retrieves this puck. Good pass to Trace, but bounced off his stick right to NYCH. They come back the other way. Loses his edge right near the blue line. Allows the Hawks to take that away. Poked back towards Rhett. Now over to Nolan. Up the boards to Carson. He races into the zone. Fires a shot from long distance. Saved, but rebound was taken away by NYCH. Good poke. Good step there by Kellen. I think that's Tyler with it. Fires a wrister. Blockered aside by the NYCH goalie. Push behind the net. up the boards, and out to neutral. It's a foot race. Nolan able to poke that one off a stick and taken away briefly, but then deflected up into the bench. And they'll blow that dead with 9:54 left. Second period, 3-1 NOCO. 2 early second period goals by NOCO. Face-off control by NOCO. Larry chases after this one in the corner. Pushes his guy into the boards, but NOCO controls it. Weak centering pass intercepted by Bryden, I believe. No, that's Christian. He sends that one down, and that's going to be too hard. Goes for icing. 9:34 left. Second period. Christian fighting for the puck and pokes it loose, and Kai is able to stick his stick in there and take it away. Absorbs a hit near the center ice, but able to get it into the zone. Now he tries to throw another hit, but it got out to neutral. Larry throws that one at the blue line, but they're going to say it was offsides. Christian takes that away, tries to get by a defender and does, slid it between his legs neatly, but then lost it. Kept at the blue line briefly by Cole, but now it comes out to neutral, and it's a 2-on-2 as he races back. Oh, sorry about the camera work there. I panned a little too far. Fired the wrister at Branson, and he coolly makes the save, catching that one out of midair. 9:01 left in the second period. In a slow-moving second period so far. Face-off controlled to the far side, but NOCO keeps it into the blue line. Fires a wrister towards the net. Caught out of the air by Branson. We'll do it again. Face-off comes back to RD. Kai goes down in a heap. Centering pass intercepted by Nolan. Pushed up the boards by Christian and out to neutral. Bryden chasing after it, but couldn't quite get to that one. Now bouncing around the center ice circle. Christian reaches in and takes it away. Slides that one to Bryden, who pushes it over to Kai, but couldn't quite control it and then was knocked off the puck. Here comes NOCO the other way. 1-on-3. Fires a wrister. Blocker save to the near side boards. This is Nolan. Found Bryden in the middle looking for a breakaway, but couldn't quite control it. A little too far out of his reach. NOCO brings it back towards the blue line. Kept in at the blue line by Nolan, but then pushed out now. He'll chase it down. Good hustle by Nolan here on this shift. Circles around. Attacking forward, loses an edge, and goes hard into the boards. Trace fighting for it behind the net. Slides that one up the boards to Zach. Centering pass got deflected, and Branson will just throw a glove over that and freeze it. 7:37 left in the second period. 3-1 NOCO. A lot of time being spent down on the right side of the ice here this second period. Carson on the face-off, controlled by NOCO at the point. Pushed up the boards, Carson intercepts it, flips it towards the blue, but kept in. Now taken away by Tyler. Carson tries to flip that one out, can't do it. Kept at the blue line. Now that centering pass stolen away. Now Kellen with it, keeps it out of the zone, but deflected off of Carson's leg, bounces back into the zone, but they're going to say NOCO was offsides. 7:17 left, second period. Carson on the face-off pushes that one between the legs of the NOCO center iceman, but NOCO controls it and dumps it in. Larry and an attacking NOCO player go hard into the boards. Larry trying to dig it out. Does, but it comes out into the slot, just out of reach of the Hawks, and NOCO still controls it, fires that one wide of the net. And that comes all the way around. NOCO will chase it down. Sent all the way across. Tyler on the forecheck, but just missed it. And NOCO tried to dump that one in, and they dumped it into their own bench. 6:39 left, second period. Flipped towards the zone, poked out. Christian tries to come in for it. Kai delivers a hard check into the boards. NOCO controls it, though. Good step there by Rhett, but NOCO gets it into the far corner. NOCO still with it, flips that one out to the blue line, fires a high and heavy wrister, knocked down by Branson and had to be cleared out of harm's way by Nolan, and now it comes out to neutral. Kai takes a sweep at that and is able to get it a second time. This is Bryden with it, tries to make a move, fires a wrister, deflected into the netting. Bryden takes this face-off, controlled by NOCO, sent all the way around to the far side. Kai applies some pressure, but NOCO is able to break out. Here they come racing after it. Nolan hustling back. Oh, it's a good thing that NOCO attacker lost an edge, because there was a NOCO player uncovered coming right down the slot. That one sent through the slot towards the net, but intercepted and pushed back out to neutral. NOCO holds up, waiting to get back on sides. A couple NOCO players collide. Bryden tries to take that one away, but can't do it. Good check by Kai, rubs his guy off the puck. NOCO gets back on sides and dumps it in. Nolan with it. Hits the brakes, circles around behind the net. Throws that one off the boards, off the skate of Kai, but now bounces out to neutral. There's a penalty coming up against the Hawks. I didn't see it, so I'm not sure what that call is going to be. They pushed that one into the zone. We got a delayed penalty coming up against the Hawks. NOCO controls it, sends it out to the blue line, but it came out to neutral, and they'll have to regroup. And now that they have control, they're going to pull their goalie on this delayed call, but they're going to dump it in, and now Nolan's going to be able to touch it to freeze it. 4:47 left in the second period, and NOCO will get their first power play of the game. And I'm not sure what the call is. I'm not sure who's going to the box. Roughing against Kai. Two-minute power play coming up. NOCO controls it at the blue line, D to D. Fires a wrister off the stick of Trace, bounces into the far corner. Cole just barely avoided a huge hit. But NOCO controls it, sends it out to the point, and goes by the defender, and they'll have to collect it. Sends it back towards the blue line. Cole tries to shove his guy off the puck. Does a pretty good job of holding the blue line, but now NOCO races in. Fires a shot from the circle. Saved by Branson. And now taken out. Past to Colin, and he will coolly skate that one through center. Gets poked off of his stick, though. Comes back to Cole again. He absorbs the hit, and now still in the neutral zone, but reaches back and is able to bring that one into the zone. Fires that wrister, goes over the net. NOCO still with the puck. Comes out towards the point, and a good job keeping that one in the zone. That was right on the blue line. Fires a wrister saved by Branson. 1:01 left in the power play for NOCO. .348 left in the second period. Carson on the face-off. Loose puck finds Nolan beside the net. He'll hold up, fires that one off of the ref's skate, but comes right back to him. NOCO's able to keep it in. He gets it deep. Nolan will try it again. Reverses course. Good job killing some time here, but then loses it behind the net. NOCO will try and set up. Zach puts his stick in there, but can't get it out. Now tries to pick his pocket, but NOCO keeps it deep. They've got it behind the net. Good job by Rhett to push his guy into the boards. Still applying pressure in the far corner. Good job by Rhett holding it up, but they pull it out of the scrum, sends it out to the point. Gets just by Zach, sends it near far side of the net, poked off of his stick. Pushed off the boards. We're down to 13 seconds left in the NOCO power play. Nolan trying to kill some time here. Pushed behind the net, goes off the side of the net. Brett applying pressure. 3 seconds left in the power play. He's able to keep it deep. Kai comes out of the box. We're back to even strength. This is Kellen coming off the bench, but NOCO still controls it in the zone. Loses it briefly, but now pushed out to neutral. Little mini breakaway, but he couldn't quite get his stick on it. Carson had a chance there and was looking, I think, to slide that puck to Kellen, but just couldn't get enough of it. Now we've got a stoppage with 2:29 left in the second period. 3-1 NOCO. We're back to even strength. 5-on-5 hockey. Late offensive line change here for the Hawks. Dryden gets his band back together. NOCO from center ice fires that one. Sorry, I didn't see that. It was just a bouncing puck that went on net, and Branson had to corral that awkward bounce. 2:23 left, second period. That one pushed wide of the net. Cole slides that one up towards the blue line, and now it's deflected out to neutral. NOCO gets their first good hit by Christian. Intercepts that pass, now sent up to neutral. Here's Kai with it. Fresh after his break that he got in the penalty box. Fired towards the net, but swung out of harm's way. Here's a little offensive zone time, which we have not had much of. Kai fires that shot high and wide of the net. Here's Christian with it. We're under 2 minutes left in the second period. That's Dryden with it. That was Larry sending it towards the net. The goalie made the save, and that loose puck came right to Dryden, and he had a wide open net on the far side and buried it for his second of the game. 3-2. In a period mostly controlled by NOCO, Hawks are able to chip into the lead late in the second period. 1:46 remaining. All right, we get it into the offensive zone again. Bryden's feeling it. Centering pass intercepted, but Kai's able to take it back. It spins around, gets Bryden again. He controls the puck. Centering pass pushed out of the way by the NOCO defender. Larry keeps it at the blue line. Christian corrals that, sends that one towards the net. Glove save, knocked down. Rebound cleared out of the way by NOCO. Kept at the blue line. Here's some good pressure by the Hawks finally. Christian with it. Gets it to Cole. He swings it over to Larry. Sends that one on net. Deflected, goes just wide. That centering pass didn't get through by Bryden. Pushes that up the boards. Cole steps in to intercept it, but it got by him and now thrown out to neutral. It's a foot race. That's Larry racing back, harassed his guy. Great save by Branson. Pushed off the stick to the near boards. Christian throws his guy into the boards. Larry with it. Sends that one out to neutral, and it comes out just across the blue line. They'll have to regroup. Some exciting play here in late in the second period, 41.6 seconds left. Hawks able to chip into this lead, and we needed that, and now we're feeling a little bit of momentum swing our way. See if we can carry that for the rest of this second period. They're offsides. NOCO skated in offsides, and they were skating with it along the blue line and went in before the NOCO player could retreat back on sides. 35.7 seconds left, second period. 3-2 Hawks. Thrown into the zone. We're now under 30 seconds left in the period. Nolan with it on the near boards. Tries to get it to Colin. He's pushed into the boards. Nolan shoves his guy in. Thrown around to the far side. We're down to 20 seconds left in the second period. Rhett fights with his guy. Now Trace comes in to help. He's able to get that puck away. Pushes that one up the boards, but not quite hard enough. Now it finds Colin, and he gets it out to neutral. Throws that centering pass to Zach, but couldn't quite control it. 3-2-1, and that'll do it for the second period. Good, strong finish by the Hawks to chip into the NOCO lead, but NOCO's still up 1 as we go to the third. All right, here we go. Third period, Hawks down 1. Carson Kellen Tyler, the forwards, along with Rhett and Nolan on defense. Pushed into our offensive zone, but then pushed back out to neutral. Rhett reaches for that, slides it up the boards. Tyler lifted a stick, but bounced right by and couldn't quite corral it. Now here comes NOCO back the other way, gets around Nolan. But Carson, harassing back in the corner, is able to take that puck away. Sent up the boards, but not out. Kept at the blue line. Oh, Kellen tried to get that one out, but couldn't quite do it. He might have had a breakaway. Trent sent through the slot, untouched. Tyler fighting for it along the near boards. Rhett takes it away, slides it over to Nolan. Pushes that one up towards Christian. Or I'm sorry, that's Kellen. And a little miscommunication with Carson, and they skated off sides. Kellen thought Carson was going to take it. Carson thought Kellen was going to take it as they were breaking up this way. Face-off won by Bryden. Cole gets it, dumps it in. NOCO gets there first, and they will try to break out, and they do. Here they come back the other way with a head of steam. Gets around Larry, gets it onto his forehand, but Branson standing tall and strong there on the far post. Still control it in the slot. Kai is able to get it and pokes it over to Christian. He gets to the red line, now to the blue line, and shoves it in deep. Bryden will chase after that. Loses track of it, though. Cole stepping forward, keeps it deep, but here comes NOCO the other way. Centering pass deflects off of the NOCO skater. Larry gets to it, throws a body at him, makes a move. Oh, Branson threw a stick at it just enough to knock the guy off balance, and he couldn't get a good shot off. NOCO still applying pressure. 12:27 left in the third period. Now taken away by the Hawks, sent all the way around, kept at the blue line. thrown deep. Cole throws his guy into the corner. Cole tried to get that one around the NoCo player, couldn't do it. Trace races in to get that puck, pushes it up the boards. Now Christian with it, but poked off of his stick at the center ice line. Here comes NoCo. We're under 12 minutes left in the third period. NoCo had a player open on this near post streaking down, but good defense didn't allow him to get the pass off. Larry applying pressure, now helped by Trace. Hawk still, or NoCo still controls it. Now slid out to neutral, but that's going to be a little too hard. Goes all the way down for icing. 11:33 left in the third period. 3-2 NoCo. Hawks looking a little bit tired here to begin the third period. Trace on the face-off, bounces off the ref. Now, defender missed poking at that one. Colin with it, but too many sticks by NoCo in the way. Now Zach takes it away, flips that one towards Colin, but couldn't find him. And here comes NoCo back the other way. 1-on-2 back the other way. Good poke by Nolan to break that up, but he gets it back, flips it into the corner. NoCo there to control it. We're down to 11 minutes left in the third period. Knocked down by the NoCo player. They control it in the corner. And they're happy to just play some puck possession here. Kept in, no. Comes out to neutral. Collins sends that one towards our offensive zone, but NoCo takes it away. Not much energy being shown by the Hawks here. NoCo controlling the puck. Sent towards the net. Branson swipes at it, misses it, but doesn't matter. Goes wide of the net. Now centering pass finds Zach. He deflects that one towards our blue line. Carson fresh off the bench. He's got a little energy. Tries to get around Rhett, but can't do it. But they still control it. Circling through the left side circle. Centering pass off of Nolan's stick, and it bounced on net, and Branson had to make a save. Now Carson with it briefly finds a NoCo player. He tried to hand it off to nobody. NoCo keeps it at the blue line, but can't get it deep. Now poked out to center, and this is Tyler with it, a 2-on-1 developing. He spins around, fires a shot, rebound, right in the crease, and Kellen is able to get the rebound and score. Tyler was looking to pass that one across to Kellen. The NoCo defender was getting in the way of that pass, so he just fired a wrister, and the rebound came right to Kellen, and he buried it in the far side to tie it up 3-3. Good job by the Hawks taking advantage of that 2-on-1 to get the tie with 10 minutes on the nose left in this game. NoCo throws it into the zone. That one sent to the far side, but not out. Kept in at the blue line. They get it on the forehand, but Cole got his stick in the way of that one and it deflects over the net. Now the Hawks with it. That's Tyler with it. Tried to get that one across to the far side, but couldn't do it. Now it's pushed out to neutral by Larry. NoCo is able to control it. Held up at the blue line by Cole. He centers that pass to Bryden. Here he comes back the other way. He spins around at the blue line, gets it, tries to get it deep, but intercepted. Now flipped high into the air by NoCo, and Larry will have to go back to get this. Sent up to Christian on the far boards. That is Larry, I think, on the far side. Kai now intercepts that centering pass, and he's got a head of steam coming back this way. He'll throw it deep as he's getting pressured from behind. Sent all the way around to the far side. Christian trying to dig that one out. 2 Hawks players, 3 NoCo players, and NoCo comes away with it. But poked off of his stick by Nolan. Couldn't wrap that one around the NoCo player, though, so they scrum for it. NoCo comes away with it from the slot, and I think Branson had to make a little kick save on that one. Christian couldn't get a lot on that one. Cole with it now. Holds the puck, throws that one off the skate of Kai, who then slips that one forward. That one deflected near the center ice line, so they'll say no icing. And here comes NoCo back the other way. D to D, they come back on the attack, but that one poked aside and out to neutral. Good pass up to Trace. That was Colin with it. He fires a wrister, kick save, and stick save. And Zach, no, that was Colin going hard into the net. And here comes Noko back the other way. Well, 3-on-2 slowly developing, fires a wrister, never got through, deflected off of a Hawks player. Trace has to absorb a hit on the near side boards. Referee shielding his face to not get hit. Collins swipes at that one, pushes it into zone, but couldn't get it deep. We're down to 7:28 left in the third period. 3-3. The Hawks have come back down 2. Here's Noko with it. Tried to fire a wrister, but was getting tied up by a couple Hawks defenders and couldn't get the shot off. Noko coming back the other way. Tries to get around a couple defenders, does, but loses the puck. Now they control it again. Brett swipes at it a couple times. And now Carson tries to get that. Gets caught up underneath him. And a couple Noko players, along with Rhett and Carson, fighting for it. We're under 7 minutes as they dig at it. No one wants it. Now Noko comes away with it. Centering pass. Didn't get much on that one. Backhander from the low slot. Branson had to make a great save to keep it 3-3. That one sent all the way down, and they'll call icing. 6:42 left in the third period. Hawks have tied it up in the third period, 3-3. Defensive zone draw. They got a shot off, but that went into the chest of Larry or Kellen and then sent all the way down, and they're going to call that icing as it just barely missed the net. 6:34 left in this third period. Carson on the face-off. Wins it to the near side. Tyler with it will skate it out to the neutral zone. He's attacked by multiple Noko players, gets it into the zone, but then taken away by Noko. Sent up the far boards and deflected out to neutral. Larry with it, pushes it up the zone. Good patient play there by Larry. Now Kellen with it was winding up for a wrister, but got it poked off of his stick. Sent all the way around to Cole from the point. Sent towards the net, deflects off a skate. Carson can't get that shot off, and Noko breaks it out, sends it all the way down. That should be icing, and it is. 6 minutes on the nose left in the third period, 3-3. Bryden on the face-off, wins it back, and then that deflects off a skate and comes to neutral. Larry's got to get that, slides it to Cole, centering pass, good one, finds Bryden. He deflects that one into the zone, and now it's flipped high into the air and all the way down. Is that going to be hard enough for icing? Yes. 5:41 left in the third period. Hawks will switch up their defense. We've only got 2 defensive lines today, 4 defenders. Bryden will take this face-off. Kai with it. Tries to fire a wrister. That one deflects wide, and he took a bit of a hit. A little bit slow getting up, lost his stick, but he's up. Goes back to retrieve his stick. Noko racing up through center. Slides that one forward to the winger on this near side. Gets around Rhett. Good job by Nolan to come over and help out. But Noko controls it. Centering past no one home but Hawks. Slides that one over to Kai. And he's able to retrieve it. But that one deflected right to a Noko player. Here's Kai with it again. Good pass up to Zach. Fresh off the bench. Christian fires a wrister, takes a heavy hit as the Noko goalie makes the save. 4:59 left, third period. Swapping out the defense again. They're doing quick line changes for the defense since we're shorthanded. Trace to take the face off. That puck sent behind the net. Off the boards and kept in just barely at the blue line, but now comes back out the center. Trace tried to get that across to the far side, deflected and intercepted. Pushed deep by Noko. Noko's still with it on the near circle, centering pass. Only person home is Larry. He gets that one, and now Trace with it. Good pass from the far side. Tries to split the defenders, but poked off his stick and sent back out to neutral. Larry has to hustle back for this one. Can't poke that one out to neutral. Noko with it. Fires a wrister. Good save by Branson. He had to make 2 saves as the rebound came right out in front. Excuse me. Noko's still with it. That deflected off of Larry's stick and then sent out to neutral. Knifed down by the Noko defender, and they'll regain control and skate it into the zone. We're under 4 minutes left in the third period. That is Carson with it. Pushes it up the boards, but not out. This is Cole with it. Sends it around to the far side, but Hawks standing around, and Noko races in to get it. Now Larry fights for it and is able to deflect that one away. Far side of the net. Poked up to a Hawks player. Good pass. That was Colin finding Cole, and now he's able to slide that one to the far side. Carson applying pressure. Noko takes it away, and they'll push that one up the boards. Kellen applying some pressure, helped out, I think, by Tyler, but it comes out to neutral. That pass deflects off of the leg, and now Kellen takes it away, sends that one maybe a little too hard, and that's going to be icing. 3:09 left in the third period. Still 3-3. Carson to take this off our defensive zone face-off. He wins it. Kellen retrieves it, bounces that one. Weird bounce off the boards. Now Carson gets that one to Tyler. He races into the zone, gets it onto his forehand, fires a shot, stick save. Carson tried to get the rebound. That one deflected off of the Noko stick, and then they do a good job breaking out. Here's a 2-on-1, but Tyler hustling back to help out. Wrister glove save by Branson, and great job controlling that rebound, not allowing one. Good snag out of the air. Freezes it with 2:47 left in the period. Here's Bryden on the face-off. Goes to the far boards. Flipped up the boards, but not out. Kept at the point. Pushed deep. Rhett gets to it. Second. Applies some pressure. Bryden with some pressure now. Noko still controls it. Circles it back around. Nolan sends his guy into the boards, but Noko still controls it. Goes behind the net. Nolan with another good hit, but Noko still with the puck. And then it comes right through the crease, but he couldn't get a shot off. Good defense tying him up. I'm not sure who that was. Sorry, I can't give you the name. That one's sent towards the net. Branson with the save and keeps it directly in front of him to freeze it with 2:09 left in the game. Good pressure by Noko here as we get down to crunch time. See if we can tilt the ice for the final 2 minutes. And looks like there's a timeout. Maybe, I didn't see who took it. I think we did. I think this is to set up some plays as much as it is to give our defense a little bit of a rest since we're shorthanded for the final 2-minute push. Defensive zone face-off. Big one coming up here for Bryden to take. NYCH controls it. Slap shot. That one was going to go high and wide, but Branson, playing it safe, catches it and freezes it. 4 seconds ticked off the clock. 2:05 left in the game. Still 3-3. Bryden will do it again. This time he wins it clean. Cole with it. Sweeps that one all the way around to the far side. Christian with the puck. He's got time and space. Tries a centering pass looking for Kai. Intercepted. Christian intercepts that one. Gets checked from behind. And there's going to be a penalty coming up against NYCH, as that was a very late check. And that's a roughing penalty. So for the final 153, we're on the power play unless we can manage to score before that 153 is up, which would be my preference. And I think this is a neutral zone face-off because the stoppage was because of an offsides. I'm not sure why it didn't go all the way down. That one comes out to neutral. Kellen retrieves it at the blue line. Looked like he was maybe offsides, and now I guess we are offsides. Carson couldn't quite get on sides fast enough. We'll do a neutral zone face-off again. 1:39 left in the game. 1:47 left in the power play, but that's the clock that doesn't really matter so much. Carson wins that face-off. That one pushed to this near side. Larry slides that one just out of reach of Kellen, and that goes all the way through to the corner. NYCH gets the 2 of the puck. Fires that one off the boards. Nolan tried to kick that one to keep it on sides. Couldn't quite do it. Larry with it. That's to Trace. He's got a head of steam as he races into the zone. Hits the brakes. Circles back to the slot. Kellen with the shot. And that one off the glove and in. Kellen with the power play goal. The NYCH goalie made the save off of his glove, but it went behind him, and the bouncing, trickling puck crossed the line, and the Hawks get the go-ahead goal, a power play goal, with 1:14 left in the game. So now we got to stay aggressive. We can't be on our heels here for the final 1:14 because you know NYCH is going to be coming, applying pressure. That one pushed off the stick, and now they're off sides, but they get back on, but poked off of his stick now. Colin with it, flips that one in the air, and the NYCH goalie was coming to the bench to get a 6th attacker on the ice. Colin flipped that one high in the air, trying to get it over his head, and that puck was going in, but the NYCH goalie made a great save playing center field back there to snag it out of the air. There's Bryden with it. He wins the faceoff. Larry sends that one towards the net, but deflects off of the leg. NYCH gets it out to neutral. Colin pushes it back in. We're down to 47 seconds left in the game. 4-3 Hawks. Still in the neutral zone. This is Tyler fighting with it. Now Bryden with it. Sends that one towards the goal. They're trying to pull their goalie, but they can't get in our zone. We're down to 34 seconds. That pass intercepted by Bryden. He turns around and sends it back towards the net. And the goalie, way out of the net, had to make a save. I don't know if that one was going to be on net. They pull their goalie. Dangerous with them with the puck down on this end. We're down to 18 seconds left in the game. Great job by Bryden and Tyler to apply pressure in the offensive zone. But that bouncing puck finds NYCH, slides it into the slot, kicks it. 8 seconds left in the game. That was Nolan pushing it out towards the blue line. Circles around, pushes it off the stick, tries to clear, can't do it, and the buzzer sounds, and that'll do it. What a comeback for the Hawks today at the Edge. A great game, a great effort by the Hawks. Great goalie play by Branson to keep us in that game, and the Hawks steal one at home. Down 1-0, came back to tie at 1-1, then gave up 2 second period goals to go down 3-1, then retrieved one of those goals late in the second period to make it 3-2, and then a great third period by the Hawks to steal that one away from NYCH, a 4-3 Hawks victory. What an exciting game by the Hawks. Exciting game in general. Great game by the Hawks to keep their chins up and keep fighting. All right, one more game this weekend. We play tomorrow morning, right back here. And that will be 9:15 Mountain Time against Arapahoe Navy. And I think that might have tied up the season series against these guys. I think we've got 2 wins, they've got 2 wins. Great effort by the Hawks.